Good morning. It's Monday, January 20th, and I'm sure that I don't have to remind you of what's going to happen today. Today is the day that Donald Trump will be inaugurated into his second term as the President of the United States. And he will be taking the oath of office to kick off his second term. Now, the inauguration marks the official transfer of presidential power, with the executive branch changing hands from the Biden administration to the Trump administration, whether you guys like it or not. The 20th Amendment states that a president's 4-year term ends at noon on January 20th, and the president-elect is sworn in shortly thereafter. And that's what's going to happen today. And the inaugural ceremonies of the president-elect and the vice president-elect are planned by the Joint Congressional Committee on Inaugural Ceremonies. And that is led this year by Senator Amy Klobuchar, a Democrat from Minnesota. And the committee oversees 8 events on Inauguration Day. A procession to the Capitol, the vice president's swearing-in ceremony, the president's swearing-in ceremony, the inaugural address, the honorary departure of the outgoing president and outgoing vice president, and the signing ceremony during which the new president signs nominations. So that's a lot of stuff that is crammed into today's activity. But there are other things going on at this same time that are worth looking at. So I hope this little synopsis that I just gave you prepares you to watch or not watch what's going to happen around noon today. Now, I am sure there are many out there who would love to watch these proceedings, but for one reason or another, they're not able to watch them. I don't know what school children can do about trying to watch this. There might be many schools that will go and take the entire class down to the auditorium and watch it down there. That's a possibility. I remember that happening when I was in school. And then there are those who have jobs and they might be able to break away, or maybe they even would have it in the office for people to watch if they wanted to. But then there are many who won't want to watch these proceedings because they are deeply disturbed by the fact that Donald Trump was reelected. And so they have to find something to do with their time also. Now, if they're working on jobs and things like that, then they're okay. They have something they're committed to, and they can avoid the inauguration process. And, of course, there are many who have TVs, and they could record the inauguration, and then they can watch it at their leisure whenever they choose. And they can shut it off whenever they choose. So that's a good deal. But then there are many who will need to find something to take their mind off of what's happening. So let me tell you 5 ways to take your mind off the inauguration when it's going on. Now, it may be cold where you are on this particular inauguration, but you can still bundle and pretend you're far away from the political noise and go into the green spaces. Go into your local park. Go down to the local playground. Just take a walk around and see what everybody else is doing. There are plenty of places to walk where it will be quiet. Even though it will be cold, it will be quiet. And then, of course, if you're in the right temperature zone, you could take a relaxing float. You could go out into your pool and swim for a while, or go out into the ocean or something like that. So if you live in Florida or someplace like that, you can do something on the water, away from the TVs, etc. And, get ready for the next 4 years. Now, here's an idea that might work. If you're in a place where there are ferries or boats or something, then you should book a ride on a boat and go out into the ocean for an hour or so. What would be wrong from getting over to Staten Island and then taking a ferry ride or something like that? That would be good. And then, of course, you could go find some exercise class that's going on at this particular time. Go in and enroll in that class and do the exercises for an hour or two. And there won't be anything around you to remind you of the fact that Trump is being inaugurated. And then, of course, search out the movie theaters and find out which one of them will be open. And go and sit in the movie theater for 2 or 3 hours and get everything off your chest that way. So you just have to look around and find out what's going on in your particular space. And you can find something to do to avoid listening or watching Trump inauguration. And then, of course, you might want to watch and laugh or be disgusted or whatever it is that feel like. So it's up to you, but you can find something to take your mind off this event if you so choose. And so I wish you a healthy, happy inauguration. And let us hope that we are going to have, at the very least, just a normal 4-year cycle. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.